Okay, so hello again and good morning to all of you. My name is Noemi and I am business developer of engineering group. We are here with Isabella Iennaco. She's our expert analyst of engineering. Isa, can you tell us something about you? Just a few words.
Yes, I'm part of engineering and knowledge labs, and I work like a data analyst and data scientist, participating and working on the different projects and trainings we do. So following our customers and working with them.
Thank you, Isa. So Isa will be helping me and supporting from a technical point of view during all the presentation. So just to give a quick context right here. So we are again today, this is the second day of Big Data Paris. We are attending the trade online, so remotely, and this is done because of, because of the COVID-19 emergency. So we wanted to reach as many people as possible because of all the restrictions that we have had so far. So we decided, why not having some sessions online? We are sharing the booth with a Synalytic company in Paris. So if you're interested in getting to know something more about Knowage, you can just pass by the booth and ask questions there. Our friends from Synalytic will answer to you. So what I want to achieve today in this session is to give a brief introduction of who we are, of course, so a brief introduction of engineering group, and then to walk you through Knowage product and all the main functionalities that we have had in the 7.2 release, with the help of Isabella, of course. And then I will tell you something about how you can engage with us. So in this slide, you can see how engineering group is a very huge organization. We are the IT leader provider in Italy, and we count more than 12,000 employees spread all over the world. We operate in the digital transformation, and we also have 4 hardware data centers in Italy, and more than 300 employees working in R&D department. And this is us. So one of the many platforms and products that we provide at engineering is called Knowage, and this is our team. Knowage is a BI tool, so a business intelligence tool, and it was founded in 2005 under another name. It was called Spago BI. So maybe some of you still knows us as Spago BI. But then in 2016, we decided to have a sort of rebranding of the product, and we decided to opt into this new name, this new brand, which is Knowage. So as you can see, this is one of the best picture, I think, that we have of the team. We are basically 2 different teams. One team, which is the team in which we do have Isabella working, is the one which is managing and following all the customers who are using our product and who are running their projects on big data, on data analytics, and so on. And the other one, which is in charge of the development of the software. So let us discover some of the main features of Knowage. So first of all, Knowage is totally open source, which means that we are very different from all the products that you can find in the market, because we are totally open source, and and you can easily download the product from our website and start utilizing it without any, let's say, without any cost. So this is what we call the community edition. Then we also have the enterprise edition, which is something that I will discover with you later on. Another very important functionality that we have in Knowage is that we are responsive, which means that the product can be easily navigated by using any devices that you want. So you can use your tablet, you can use a laptop, and any devices. And of course, we are cloud ready, which means that you can install it on your own premises, or you can also have it hosted in the cloud, like on Azure, on the AWS, and so on. So as I just said, Knowage can also be, let's say, you know, you can also provide Knowage as an enterprise edition. And in the enterprise edition, we have all these 6 modules: the smart intelligence, the big data, enterprise reporting, location intelligence, performance management, and predictive analysis. So let us dive in a little bit inside all these modules. So the first one, which is the smart intelligence, is the one that we use for interactive dashboards. So if you're interested in having interactive dashboard and navigate inside them, you have to decide to opt for this module. Then we have the big data, which is of course using the big data open sources, data sources. Then the enterprise reporting, which is, let's say you're more interested in having very simple reports, then this is the module you have to choose. So I'm talking about static and simple reports. Then we have the location intelligence, which is for the which is for the maps, and performance management, in which you can use and monitor KPI on scorecards. Then we have the predictive analysis, which is the one that we use for predictive projects. So now I would like to ask to Isa to show us something about Knowage 7.2. So Isa, would you like to share your screen and show us something? Okay. So as I was saying, Isabella is one of the senior data analysts at Engineering Group, and she was with us yesterday. She just showed us some COVID projects, and now she's going to show us some new functionalities that we have added in the 7.2.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
The presentation. Well, one of the new functionality that I want to talk to you is the HTML widget. So with this widget, you can embed inside Knowage and inside your dashboard HTML code. So this permits you to fully customize your dashboards, both for graphical aspects. So if you want to make an header that give an image that give an impact for the end user when he see it, and both to have other type of representation of your data. So in particular, when you have synthesized one, so aggregated one, like for example in these cards, or if you want to represent it like this progress bar in this case. So it gives you the permits you, when you create your dashboard, to be completely free to customize your cockpit and your dashboard, and use all the capabilities that HTML code gives you. Then, as you can see here, you have an interface where you can connect it to your data and simply write your or copy and paste your HTML code, and with an interface you are guided in order to add data and connect it to your HTML object. Then Another important functionality we have new inside Knowage is the custom chart. Well, the custom chart permits you to embed HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code in order to use all the functionalities that are available in graphical libraries like iCharts or D3 or other libraries based on JavaScript. So in this case, as you can see, you can produce and add to your dashboards not only simple charts like could be bar charts, pie charts, and so on, but more complex one, and fully customize them using the languages I cited before. So in this case, you can find the best way you want to represent your data and give insights to your customers and your users, and be free to use the chart you want inside the library selected. Then another way you can do for customizing and select your visualization and do two interactive visualization and dynamic one is the Python widget. With the Python widget, in this case, you can embed Python code, so due to some simple elaboration of your data and pre-processing inside the widget, and then visualize the result and or visualize simply your data using the graphical library that you can have inside Python. So producing a very complex R2 for scientific use visualization, and both interactive one and dynamic using the bouquet library. So in this case too, you can choose the kind of visualization to more complex or with a scientific purpose, and using what is available inside Python. Yes.
I have a question. So when adding some code in Python, Isabella, can you explain us all data will be all connected and uploaded on the dashboard, like on a dashboard like this one?
Yes. What happened is that using a Python widget, but both HTML widget or custom chart one, it's the interaction you can have inside our dashboards are always available. So, for example, doing a simple example, in this case here we have a filter that permits you to filter the data in the table, but two inside this to Python visualization we done. So for example, if you want to select and see data only for Volvo or Fiat or other car brand, you can do your selection and automatically if data are refreshed. So filtered. So here in the bouquet graph, scatter plot, or in these heat maps, you will see the data regarding the selection you do. And so both and two interacting with the table. So you can click on the table, do a filter, for example, for Europe, and then see data specific for Europe. So the chart in this case will be updated according to the selection you do in the other object. Obviously, if you want that kind of interaction. If you don't want to have it, you can not have it. Okay.
And this start, is it an example you have made for the meeting, like on a demo example?
This is, yes, a demo example where we wanted to show you all the sort of example of the different visualization you can do inside a cockpit and how you can match it with other objects inside Knowage. So HTML object, a selector, and then a table, and so on. But obviously, this is something that we used to inside real projects. So we used it to do some advanced visualization when it was needed, and so.
So you were talking about solar integration, right?
Yes, last but not least, there is this new functionality inside Knowage that is solar integration. So what you can do, it's reading data from the solar search engine. So build queries that permits you to extract documents and then visualize it inside your dashboards with the one that is called the Discover widget that permits you to have a table view of your information, so of the result of your query inside documents, search on it, so free search using words, words like in the search engine mode, and then to use having aggregation, so on the different fields that you well, you decide which kind of filter you want to aggregate. So having facets and so having the count of the distinct value. This counts then function as a filter for the table, but too for the other object that you have and widgets that you have inside your dashboard. So there is an interaction between the solar, so discovery widget that gives you all the functionalities of solar and the other widgets. So this is too important because permits you to visualize simply your document and search on it, and then include it in other visualization you are doing. So really interesting, this new functionality.
Okay, great. So, and you were mentioning also combining data.
Yes.
The mesh out to mesh
Yes,
up.
the mashup.
Yeah.
It's something that I will talk about because I told yes that you can combine different data, you can combine inside Knowage different visualization, but not always that. Data coming from different sources. So not only from a single DB, maybe RDBMS, sorry, but from other sources. So combining data coming from this kind of data sources with data coming from NoSQL one. So for example, Mongo, Cassandra, or from big data one, so Impala, Hive, and so on. Two, if you have maybe you are building a dashboard and a visualization with data coming from these kind of sources, but you have a CSV or Excel file with other data that you want to combine and to see inside the analysis you are doing through the dashboard, you can upload it inside Knowage and include it inside as a sources inside your dashboard, and then build your visualization and analysis. So it's interesting because this permits you not to have all the data inside a single source, but having it in different sources and then combining it in a single visualization and analysis.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Isa, for your contribution. And I would like to ask you to stay online with us.
Yes, for sure. It's a pleasure.
All right. So I will.
Yes, maybe just because I introduced this news functionality, but maybe if you want to tell us how we can be engaged inside Knowage in our community, it could be interesting.
Sure, sure. I will go on. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay, thank you, Isa. Okay. Maybe, all right. Okay, you should be able to see again my screen right now.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, of course, as you were saying, yeah, we do have many ways of engaging with us. And if you have enjoyed the first part of this conversation with us, I'm going to walk you through all the ways that you can, in which you can become our partner or just a simple customer. So basically, we have two different ways of becoming customers. Yes. The very simple one is a B2C, so it's just a single subscription. So let's suppose you're a single customer and you want to make some analytics out of your own data, I mean your data of your company, then you can do it. And what you need to do is just to to ask for a quotation of a single subscription based on the module that you in which you're more interested. Then let's suppose you are not interested in doing just analytics on your own, but you want to sell reports or analytics or sell a service to your customers. So in this case, the scenario is very different, and we're talking about a B2B, so business to business scenario. And we do have many options for you if you're interested in doing a B2B. We have the software as a service, we have the rebranding model, the OEM, and the integrator partnership. I will just explain for you in a few slides. So software as a service also is very simple. So you just have to do a single subscription, and you will be allowed to use the multi-tenancy function in order to have multiple customers, but just one single subscription for yourself. So one single installation. And if you're interested in having more than one single subscription, we will provide a quotation on each installation. Then let's suppose you are interested in the rebranding model. So you may want to change your our brand. So you may want to do, let's say, a verticalization maybe of the product. You can do it. And in this case, also, if you have multiple customers, the only thing you will have to ensure with us is to, again, to ensure multiple installations and multiple sales, so that we will provide 30% of saving for each sold license. Then we have the OEM, which is another option that you can use. In this case, let's suppose you already have a product or you already have a service and you want to add something more. So you want to add an additional small component in your software, or an additional small component in the service you're providing with your customers. And you want to do this with Knowage. This is also possible. And you will have a huge amount of discount sale, which is 70% of sale. But in this case, of course, you will have to ensure us a minimum commitment and maybe show us a little bit your forecasting of sales, or showing us your business plan. And then we will negotiate with you the percentage of discount sales for all the licenses that you want to sell to your customers. Then the last one is the integrator partnership. So let's say you're an integrator and you want to know more about our product, you want to study our product, or you want to add it in your portfolio, you can do it. And we will provide with you 30% of sale discount for the reselling, or 20%, 25% of discount sale for POC development, or for tailored developments. So, you know, once we become partners, it becomes easier to understand how it works. I see some customers and partners logged in today. So if you have questions, you can just chat, and we will try to give you a feedback right now, or we will write you down on an email, or maybe schedule a call. So to recap everything, the Enterprise Edition offers different modules. So we have the Smart Intelligence, the Big Data, if you're interested in Big Data, the Enterprise Reporting, the simple one, the Location Intelligence for interactive maps, Performance Management, and Predictive Analysis. And if you're interested in getting a Knowage license, what you will need is to choose among these modules, and then to do a sort of estimation of how many cores you will need to run your project. Then, Isa, maybe since you're here, can you tell us something about, I mean, how we deal with customers when they ask us for professional support, or when they ask us for our trainings?
Yes, well, we always focus first on our customer needs. So being a project or being a training, we always want to know what the customer need, which are their questions, and so give the appropriate answer, both if it is a project, so understanding which kind of data you want to use and to show, which kind of question you are doing to your data, and which kind of answer we can furnish you, and build our analysis with our customer in a continuous work together. And for trainings, the same, because we want to know how you will use Knowage and which are your needs in using it. And then we can customize our training, understanding, for example, if you need an administration course. So if you are going to use in autonomy our product then, and so explaining to this user that usually are more technical one, how Knowage works, how to manage the end users, and all the access profiling, and so on, and how to use all the features that are inside Knowage, obviously the one you are interested in. So for example, starting from the dashboards, but to other objects that we have, like all up, maps, and so on. And two, we have end user courses, so for the users who are going to use and see the analysis done and build for them. So in that case, or build with the self-service instruments we give their own analysis. So in that case, we furnish courses in order to understand how to log in, where are the different analyses, how to produce its own analysis. So these are examples of what we do.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Isa, for your support and for your help.